In 2024, our team observed 13 of 16 planned helicopter roundups, spending long days documenting how animals were treated under the Bureau of Land Management's Comprehensive Animal Welfare Program, or COP standards. But time and time again, we have seen these standards fall short.
A black stallion was chased for miles during the Triple B roundup, and when he could no longer run, wranglers proceeded to rope him and push him past his limits, leading him to collapse, and he was eventually euthanized an hour later due to acute intestinal compromise.
At the Blue Wing Complex roundup, for example, the operation received a 99% COP assessment score. On paper, that sounds like a near-perfect operation. In reality, one horse who had once roamed freely across the Blue Wing Complex collapsed from exhaustion after being relentlessly pursued by a helicopter. Rather than receiving immediate care or compassion, that same horse was subjected to unnecessary cruelty and physical aggression by wranglers.
The roundup process has increasingly become less and less transparent to taxpayers and advocates, placing public observation sites more than a mile away from the trap site with obstructed views and multiple restrictions.
It serves as a glaring example of the disconnect between COP scores and the actual experiences of these animals. First, COP assessments need to reflect the reality on the ground, and contractors must be held accountable to these standards. Second, contractors must be held criminally accountable for cruel and inhumane treatment of our wild horses and burros.
Around 65 species rely on burrow wells for their water. For this reason, burros are considered by many a keystone species. These sensitive animals are especially susceptible to illness as a result of trauma. For example, after the Blue Wing roundup in 2022, 31 burros died from hypolipemia, including pregnant jennies.
Until roundups are permanently halted, transparency and accountability are essential. I urge you to require cameras on roundup helicopters and wranglers,
with recordings made publicly available.
And by installing and using cameras on helicopters and wranglers, it will be the first step towards creating public trust and ensuring humane treatment of our horses and burros.
Without oversight and consideration of our burros' unique needs, we risk losing these remarkable ecosystem engineers and the biodiversity they sustain.
Thank you for your time.